The regular season has come to an end and our final playoff lineup is set. Find out who made the cut. We take a look at who won the Fantasy League, and we have both a highlight and a misplay of the week. All that coming right up on Present Arms.
Welcome to Gold League Season 6.
Hello Tankers and welcome to Present Arms. I'm your host Christian Bullock, aka Meadowhawk. The last week of play is now in the books and there were some very important battles to determine playoff seeding, so let's have a look at those scores. I Love Lamp came back from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Maple Freedom 5-4 in overtime. It was an entertaining game to watch with both teams giving it their all. 07 fell to Simp 5-1 as they continued their 4-game winning streak. Simp is looking very hot headed into the playoffs and are hoping to keep that momentum going. Noble swept Synergy 5-0 to close out Synergy's season. Those 3 points would become very important to Noble in the second night of play. And the last match of the night saw Team Refuse lock up second place, gaining 3 points in a 5-3 win over #RU. Elevate was looking to add pressure to Noble on the second night as they beat Game Over 5-1 to move into third place. I Love Lamp continued to show their competitive spirit by taking High Voltage to 8 games, only losing 5-3. And then Simp added even more pressure onto Noble as they defeated Team Rival 5-1 to put them in a great spot depending on how the last match of the season went. And in the last game of the season, Noble took on Maple Freedom. A loss would have meant 5th place for them and a win would have meant 3rd place. Noble decided that this was no time to fool around and swept Maple Freedom 5-0 to secure their spot in the 3rd place. And at the end of the regular season and going into playoffs, here's your final standings for Season 6. High Voltage takes first place with only a single overtime loss. Team Refuse in second, Noble in third, Elevate in fourth, Simp in fifth, and 07 takes the last playoff spot in sixth. Team Synergy and #RU finish 7th and 8th and will have to play a relegation match to determine their spots next season. And lastly, the bottom 4 teams, I Love Lamp, Maple Freedom, Team Rival, and Game Over are relegated down to Silver League. So with all the games in the books, let's have a look at the final map meta. There are a total of 441 games played this season over 66 matches. Mines was the most popular map of the season at almost 22% played, and Ghost Town was the least favorite at only 12.7% played. Both of the new maps were the least played of the season, as I predicted, with Lakeville also at a low 14%. As this is the last regular season week, we're going to spoil you all with both a highlight of the week and a misplay of the week. Our highlight of the week comes from none other than yours truly. My captain doesn't let me play tier 8s very often, so I decided to make the most of it. I won't toot my own horn, so here's Toma and Nagatron to call the action.
Overload Prime picks up Commodore, Nis finds Rocks, and Simp looks like they're going to be able to do it, claiming another victory against 07, even though they were behind with such a high deficit of HP. Meadowhawk, though, finding Overload Prime. Did he set him on fire there?
Yeah, or an ammo rack or something. It looked like a fire, though.
Now it is a 2-on-1, though. Photo finish and Nids are extremely low. Meadowhawk doing his best to try to take it back on this 2v1. There's nothing Simp cannot cap, so they're going to need to find Meadowhawk right now. The Ice-3, every shot counts. Let's see if he can pick it up, or if Nits and Photo Finish can finish this off. One more shot! Looks like another wire! Karma going through! He though is tracked himself! It is now an IS-3 versus an IS-3. Now one more shot could decide it. The question is, who is it gonna be? 193 on the side of Photo, 227 for Meadowhawk. Let's see if he's gonna set him on fire again. Meadowhawk picks it up, claiming the victory away from Simp. Now finding their first victory here on our second matchup of the night. Whoa! That was just someone brought a gasoline can and was like, let me just soak all these tanks before we start fighting.
Well, we got a new record for damage in WGLNA,
oh
I think.
My
Every
goodness.
time I say this, I always forget what the last one was. I swear I gotta write it down. Like,
That's
get it
fine.
tattooed on the
No,
inside
this
of
is
my arm.
it. This is I can say it confidently.
And for the misplay of the week, we go to the last match of the season with Maple Freedom taking on Noble. In a game going very much in favor of Maple Freedom, Felix gets a bit too excited in an attempt to apply cap pressure.
Benji finally finds that one, finishes off the kill. And like
never.
you're saying, that might have been the deciding factor for this battle.
Okay, Marsh actually made a very smart play in the meantime, falling back to J8. If he can find the correct angle without being shot, he can trickle in damage on these guys. But for the most part, Maple Freedom just needs to not
no!
do that.
Felix falling off the side to his demise.
Actually, Felix, you know, got in that one awesome shot before he decided my people need me. Flew right off the cliff.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If Felix wouldn't have died there, put another tank on the side of Maple, I mean that still could have gone. I think I should have gone their
two
favor.
tanks would have made all the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think Felix will live that down anytime soon. Poor guy. And with the season finally finished, Fantasy League has come to an end, so let's see who won some of those grand prize trips to the live finals. The top 3 players were Tofu Smurf, T1 Diabetic, and G-Forcer. However, since WGLNA members aren't eligible for the trip to the finals, it means that T1 Diabetic, Pompous, and Ledif have all won trips to see the top 2 teams battle it out live in LA. Congratulations to those players. The top 7 players at the end of the season by points per battle were Akula V and Heavy 20 tied at 49.2, Dekiozor, Ox Mathis, Vextrosity, Drogon Pro, and E63 M6. And in Fantasy 1v1 this week, I had run out of contestants, so I challenged Christian Toma and David Williams to a friendly fight. Nagatron had a troublesome first night, with Toma and I easily surpassing him. However, he made up a little bit of the ground on the second night. It all ended with me up on top at 3,965 points, Christian in second with 3,832 points, and Nagatron in last with 3,632 points. I really wish that a friendly wager was made. I really enjoyed the Fantasy 1v1 games these past few weeks, and keep on the lookout as I'll be back next season with more Fantasy 1v1. And that wraps up our last episode of Season 6. I've really enjoyed providing all the info for our WGLNA fans. I'm not quite done yet, though, as I'll be doing some playoff previews in the upcoming weeks with none other than the great David Nagatron Williams. But until then, as always, at ease.